Reggie Miller will be on the call tonight. He's in OKC. It's the Spurs-Thunder. Thunder favored by 5.5. He'll be there with Mike Tirico, Jamal Crawford. Tip-off 8:30 Eastern on NBC and Peacock.
That was pretty good, Theodore.
Thank
well
you.
played.
Thank
That was very good.
How about my Knicks?
How about our Knicks?
No.
I remember 3 weeks ago when we were doing our weekly pop, and you asked me legitimately how many teams could win this, if you remember that question. And I threw the Knicks in being one of those. And I said, if Karl Anthony Towns obviously raises his game, which obviously he has, and the Knicks changed things around in that Atlanta series after that third game when they were down 2-1. Cat became more of a facilitator, and you saw his assists go up. He stayed out of foul trouble the rest of the way, and he has started to make shots. And this team, look, they are obviously in the finals, but they very well could – they could win this whole thing the way they're playing at both ends of the floor, Theodore.
Who do the Knicks want to face?
It doesn't matter. It really – when you get to the finals, I've only been there once, and you've got a 50% chance of winning. Both teams that they would be facing coming out of the West, the champs in the Thunder and the upstart young San Antonio Spurs, both would give them a run for the money. But what the Knicks and the confidence they are playing with and the rest they will have coming into this, the finals don't begin until a week from this Wednesday. So they're going to have a lot of time off to prepare, heal bodies. OG was kind of nursing that hamstring. I think he'll be at full strength, even though he's played the last couple ball games. Rest will help because these two teams that I'm covering, they're beating each other up.
Yeah.
There's injuries, there's players going down. And yes, you'll have time to recover whatever team makes it to the finals. But the longer that finals goes, these days that the Knicks are banking in rest, they will help them.
But having this amount of time off after you've played so well, I know we talk about rest versus rust. Where do you stand on that?
The Knicks had this after that Philadelphia series. They had a lot of rest coming into Cleveland, and they swept them. Now, again, game one was different. They were down 22 with 7 minutes to go and found a way to win that game, and that just zapped Cleveland. That you can't do that that can't happen. It happened, but it can't happen. And it's embarrassing, and that set the tone for the series, and the Cavs were never the same after game one.
What's the Cavaliers' future?
They've got to change some things up. They do. I didn't like body language. I know Harden is looking for an extension or a redo of his contract. They're going to have to look hard at that. I think they're going to look hard at Kenny Atkinson. Some of the decisions he made in game one, inexcusable. They're inexcusable. You can't. That can't happen. And I'm sure they'll look long and hard at this. This is what I would like to. I would like to see LeBron go home. I think that should be something that's on the table.
Can the Cavaliers contact LeBron now?
I don't know. I don't know what the free agent rules are. Yeah, the season's over. I don't know why they couldn't. I'm sure there will be preliminary conversations between Rich Paul and Cavs management, but that would be kind of cool. I think that will be an option for LeBron.
I think there's too much money that he'd leave behind.
Probably. But if I'm the Cavs, I ask him, what do you want? I would give LeBron whatever he wants.
But it goes back to they traded away Darius Garland, who's 10 years younger than James Harden. Mm-hmm. You got Harden, I'm guessing, for this moment, this time, and his track record is terrible.
It was disappointing. It was disappointing to see James. Again, we all should have known better because of the track record you just alluded to. But it was disappointing to see. because you're right. They brought him in for the playoffs to compete. Now, again, he did help get them to the conference finals, but he wasn't playing great. He didn't play great in Toronto. He didn't play great in that Detroit series. So, but he did help the team. It is a team game, and he did help the team get to the conference finals. But those 4 games were embarrassing.
Yeah. Because I don't like to use the word quit when it comes to professionals. Like if a fellow player or an opposition or a coach says we quit, fine. I'm in no position to say you quit, but I don't know what word or words are applicable for me to say not somebody who played the game.
Look, I will say this. Did Detroit quit in Game 7 versus Cleveland at home? You can make a case that way. Did Cleveland quit in this series? You're right. You and I, we're not in the huddles. We're not in practices. We're not on plane rides, bus rides. We don't know. You and I are talking about the optics of what we were seeing, and it looked like a team that didn't want to be there, and that's why you're going to have to tinker in the offseason with this roster.
Talking to Reggie Miller. He'll be on the call. Mike Tirico, Jamal Crawford. That will be tonight, 8:30 Eastern on NBC and Peacock. We've talked about it, but we're watching the games. A lot of people are watching SGA now because people weren't watching probably during the regular season. You see him because you have to watch him because these are big games. Now everybody's got an opinion on SGA and flopping. I don't blame SGA. The officials have to call this. And I don't know if the officials are going to change what they're seeing or what they're willing to call, but it is a problem when you watch it, I think. The aesthetics for the casual basketball fans, like, this is not what we want to see. Like star players in soccer falling down all the time. We don't want to see it. You, who flopped as well as anybody, you sold fouls. How's that? You sold.
There you go. There you go.
You sold.
Look, okay, I understand we've got to have this conversation, but also, too, people have way too much time because it's SGA's job to play the game of basketball. He's not playing the game and officiating the game. So I be more upset at the officials and how they have called it. He's not blowing the whistle for himself. But if you look at this series, he took 9 free throws in Game 1, only 6 free throws in Game 2. He took 12 in Game 3, but remember, it was all in the third quarter when it was a 45-minute quarter, and that's when he was doing the pump fake and listening to head coach Mitch Johnson from the Spurs. Defensively, we got out of character. That's when they were jumping and they would come down on him. That's not on him. That was on the Spurs being out of position. And in Game 4, he only shot 7 free throws because they were better disciplined.
Yeah.
So he is below his average, his season average. He's only averaging 8.5 free throws in the 4 games in this series. So for people think he's going to the free throw line 15 times a game. He's only going 8 times, people. So these podcasters, y'all just need to stop. He's playing the game of basketball. It's the same. He's had 3 technical fouls this season. 3. 9 in his career. It's not like Luka getting up every play, complaining to the officials, staying back, hanging back. How about this? Every time he falls to the floor on a non-call, who has the advantage now? The opposing team is 5-on-4. So make them pay. They're not making them pay because he doesn't get up complaining. He gets up and runs back. I think he's built up goodwill towards the officials. People need to stop this. I'm serious. For as much hate as a 2-time MVP gets, this guy has a polished game. We weren't saying this about MJ. MJ was going to the free throw line. MJ never complained. He had more technical fouls than SGA. People need to stop. I'm not trying to defend him, but he's not calling these fouls on himself.
And I think you bring up a great point that if you're going to play defense on SGA, then don't go for his pump fakes.
Don't go for the pump fakes and don't go for the reach. Be aggressive. But in some of these calls, the Spurs were being way over aggressive, trying to reach in. You reach in, you reach. I teach. That's the saying. So he made them pay. When they were disciplined in Game 4, Castle, Vassell, and Dylan Harper were very disciplined defensively in Game 4.
Yeah.
Only 6 free throw attempts, and they caused 4 turnovers. You cannot. This goes back to when James Harden was winning MVP. Remember, guys used to reach and he would hold the ball out.
Yeah.
Same with Chris Paul. You can't put your hand in the cookie jar. Play defense with your feet and your chest and your hands back, which they have, and you see the results.
What's OKC do to Wemby tonight?
I think you got to continue to be physical. When they've been physical with him and forced him out the paint, those are the 2 wins. You look at games 1 and games 4, Wemby dominated the paint. And to me, this will be Fox and Castle's job. If they can play downhill, they can get into the paint, collapse the defense, get those lobs. In Game 3, the game that the Thunder won on the road, Wemby had 1 lob. He had like 5 lobs in Game 4 because the guards were aggressive, getting into the paint, collapsing the defense. But you've got to get Wemby, which is easier said than done, out of the paint at that 7'4" frame. And if he's going to make jump shots, so be it. He can make them, but I would much rather live with him being out there, because even a missed shot by him in the paint, you see those tip-ins?
Yeah.
He's throwing the ball to himself. No one else can go up there and get it. So anytime he catches it into the paint, he is hurting the Thunder.
Every great player adds something. Each year, you try to add something new to the arsenal. And I'm wondering if Wemby is working with Jamal Crawford on ball handling, maybe Akeem Olajuwon with footwork here. I'm curious, Jordan famously went down on the blocks later in his career. You're adding to your game. What does Wemby add in the offseason if you said you have to work on this?
I think, and we see a little bit of this in his pregame routine with the trainers being very physical and holding him and hitting him. I think he'll get stronger. But there's a guy that I believe played with the Spurs who's arguably the greatest power forward of all time, in Tim Duncan. I would love for him to get a back to the basket game and then face you 8 to 10 feet out. You know how great Timmy was using the bank shot and facing you up and those mid-range. I think that's the next evolution. We've seen a couple of these moves, and I think we've called him out in the game. He has a little Dirk Nowitzki when he turns around and puts that right leg up. So we know he's capable of playing that way. But this guy is, Jamal worked with him, and he talked about how much of a genius and how quickly he picks things up. I could see him working with Timmy this summer to work on a face-up game in that mid-range level area.
Yeah, that little turnaround bank shot that Duncan had. Isaiah was on last week, and I said, give me the retired player over 50 who can still shoot, and he said you. So
appreciate that, Coach.
Yeah, just I don't know if he was friendly towards you when you played against the Pistons. Probably not. He did talk about. There's a video where he punches Rick Mahorn in the side of the face, and Mahorn just turns and laughs.
He just looks at him like he didn't feel it. He was like, little man, what are you doing?
And Isaiah,
he really could have snapped Isaiah in half, right? But it's almost like he was holding him like this, and Isaiah's like scratching, hitting him like this, and he's just holding him like this, like, dude. Yeah, that's
Isaiah said, I thank Rick Mahorn. I thank him. Every time I see him, I thank him because he could have killed me. I did ask him, give me his best starting 5, and the only position he paused at was shooting guard.
Of course.
Now he did pick Jordan, but he goes, I said, you paused.
Did he put Kobe? He probably said between him and Kobe?
Yeah, he talked about Kobe in there as his 2 guard.
Who did he have as point guard? Did he have Magic?
No, he had him.
Have Curry?
No, he had him.
Okay, that's fair enough. All right.
Yeah.
I thought maybe he would have excluded himself. Small forward, did he go with Larry or did he go with LeBron? He probably went with LeBron.
No.
He went with LeBron.
Larry.
Okay. Power forward, I would say Isaiah probably went with James Worthy.
Tim Duncan.
Okay, Tim Duncan. Cool with that. And I bet you center he went with Kareem.
Yeah. Kareem. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
He was looking at LeBron or Kobe for the 2 guard with Michael, and that's why he paused.
Sure you were, Z.
No love lost there still,
No.
right?
No. Some of those fires burn deep. They do.
Okay, but if Barkley and Jordan can get reunited,
have they?
They're going to play golf. Charles.
Well, I want to see it. I got to see it first.
Charles,
these are words.
Charles says him and Mike are probably going to.
I got to see it.
Play golf. Isaiah and Mike. Maybe there's something they could do together.
If there's any one interview I would love to navigate, it would be that interview. I would die. Like when I did Isaiah and Larry a couple of years ago, it was like heaven for me because there was some tension there, but there was also a lot of respect between the two.
Okay, but why don't you try to navigate this?
I would. Don't you think I've tried? Isaiah.
Well, Michael's not going to do anything.
Michael will not do it.
Does Michael dislike you more than he does Isaiah?
I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't know these things. I don't know. I hope MJ knows that I respect the hell. He knows that. He knows. But some fires burn deep. Come on.
But if you want to be hated by Jordan, don't you want to be the number 1 guy hated by Jordan?
Do you think you think I would be the number 1 guy hated by him?
No.
No, I think he has other guys.
Yeah.
Dude, that's 6 times. I have 0. I think he probably hates Isaiah more than he would probably hate me. But Isaiah has 2. 2.
Yeah.
I have nothing. I have nothing. He looks at me like Mahorn was looking at. He's looking at me like, yeah, sit down, go in the corner.
But you got in a fight with him.
So what?
Okay.
That means nothing to him. Nothing.
Everything meant something to him.
Nothing. I guarantee he probably doesn't know my name by now.
Oh, will you stop?
He probably doesn't know my name by now.
Have fun tonight.
Let's go. Game 5, 2-2 swing game. Are you kidding me?
Oh, by the way, push-off anniversary today.
What push-off? What push-off?
When you assaulted Greg Anthony. Or Michael Jordan, I should say. That's the push-off anniversary of you and Mike.
Look, did he push off on Brian Russell?
Yes.
He did?
Yeah.
Okay, then maybe it is push-off anniversary. Because if you had said no.
Statute of limitations.
That's right.
No, Mike pushed off. Absolutely.
Okay, that's the point with SGA. That's what people get upset about. Because SGA has that move where he creates space, right? And people say he's pushing off. No, he's creating space.
Have fun tonight.
Appreciate you, Theodore. Love you, Dan X.
That's
Love you.
Reggie Aloysius Miller Jr. III. He'll be on the call tonight. Mike Tirico, Jamal Crawford. That'll be Game 5 in OKC. By the way, if your hair is not doing what it used to do in your 20s, time for a real comeback, not just a workaround. So having that hat on is not a strategy. Visit Nutrafol.com. Enter the promo code Dan Patrick.